Hello and welcome, I'm Arumba. Thank you for joining me. Let's siege down Garjat. We've already breached the walls. So hopefully we can end this war before the Orisi peasants get out of control. I do think that we'll take this province. If we were to vassalize Orissa, then that would be the same thing as Arakan. You know, like maybe we could core Garjat. We'll find out. I'm going to save the game before we end up piecing and see what some of the outcomes are. It's a little bit gamey, whatever, you know, to call for peace, yeah. Alright, so we're going to save the game right here. We're going to call this, like, Ryukyu test. So the issue is that if we take Orissa as a vassal, we end up getting dragged into a war with Vijayanagar. On the other hand, if we take Orissa and full annex them, it's 180 Diplo points, but then they're no longer on the map, and so the tag goes away, so Vijayanagar's war ends inconclusively. So what I'm thinking is, maybe we separate piece Garjat. How much overextension would it be to full annex Orissa? 80%. Let's try it this way first. We're gonna vassalize Garjat and get some money from him. That's fine. That gives us a vassal with cores adjacent to this guy, and now we're gonna full annex Orissa, which means that we don't get dragged into a war with Vijayanagar. And yes, oh my gosh, it does work. We can core land adjacent to our vassals. Now, we could also possibly move our capital away from that distant location. So for now, though, we are in a position where, okay, we have 80% overextension. We have lots of coring costs involved. But so far, Ryukyu just went from a 1-province minor to a 5-province minor. And we need rivals. So we're going to rival who? Well, first off, I have a feeling that we're going to see Vijayanagar attack us. So let's not even worry about that quite yet. Let's worry about the two that we're allowed to core are the ones that are adjacent to our vassals. So Raja Bara, 29% revolt risk. My god. And we have to do harsh treatment. We just have to. Right? It's either that or they rebel and we just let them rebel. We don't start coring it until after they rebelled, and then we accept their demands. Accepting their demands will reduce minimum revolt risk, but we'll get no money from it. We're not getting any money from it anyway. Yet. If we were to core it, we would get money. 40 months. I do think we need to buy down war exhaustion. I should have boosted stability back up. Shoot. Alright, yeah. We're gonna go back. It's not Iron Man. What do you expect? Come on. We're learning as we go. Alright, so we do these things first. So before we take on all the overextension and all of the other stuff, we buy back our stability to 0, reduce our war extension, war exhaustion, then we do our peace deals. So Garjat becomes our vassal. You become our vassal, you give us money. And then we full annex Orissa. The rebels go away. Now we still have 19.5% over revolt risk. And I think we might just need to risk it. You know? I'm going to expect that one of them is going to rebel, and even if they don't, there's really no way that I can... Our force limit's up to 9, so if we can get some more men... We can't train here because it's not cored, but we can build up to 9 regiments now, so let's just get 9 infantry. If we hadn't lost those 2 regiments to rebellions, then I think we'd be in a better position. We'll go over there, pick that guy up. Arakan is exiled somehow, because, you know, reasons. So they're going to have a hard time getting their troops over here to help out. 36 months and 36 months. I'm going to actually try to core the lower base tax province first, because I want to... I think that the revolt size would be smaller if it does rebel. Let's try it. And then we pretty much have to try. Overextension, war exhaustion, nationalism, intolerance. Oh, we picked up intolerance now as a modifier as well. Oh yeah, we're gonna have some rebellions for sure. Revolt's possible, yep. Okay, too few rivals. Everyone's stronger than we are, so... And we're still at 0. There's no real penalty to stay at 0. What now? Occupied by Vijayanagar. Interesting. So taking Garjat as a vassal kept Vijayanagar at war with them separately. And it allows me to core stuff. But attacker against Garjat and the Vijayanis. So I hope that they'll just end up white piecing or taking some money, because they have no core there. They have no claim there. Yeah, I have you a special interest. What happened to Garjat? Still my vassal. Yeah, I don't know. This is what we need. When a nation accepts a peace with another nation. Put up in a pop-up window. Yeah, okay, so they accepted a concession of defeat. That's weird. Well, I'm glad we didn't lose them as a vassal, because I kind of need them to allow me to core more stuff. Alright. What else can we do? Really, it's just about ferrying over as many troops as we can from the one place we're allowed to train them. May be better, actually, if I had to redo it again. I would probably train mercenaries over here. They cost more, but we would be able to get troops here quicker. I'm expecting some pretty fast rebellion to happen. Now, if it's not in territory that I'm trying to core, I kind of don't care. We'll just let them do it, and then when they rebel, we'll just accept their demands, and yeah, we get local autonomy for 20 years, but it'll reduce revolt risk and whatever. I can't stop them, so... But if they rise up in these provinces here that I'm trying to core, which they almost definitely will, then that's going to suck. As an alternative, what we could do is we could just not take all of this land, you know? If I just took, like, 1 province, or 2 provinces, then we wouldn't have as much overextension. And it'd be easier to protect, but then again, our force limit wouldn't be as high. I don't know. We gotta wait and see. The next thing to do, if it's at all possible, it would be to vassalize Bengal. If it's remotely possible, that's what I want to do. I'd really like to see Garjat making some troops. It might just come down to luck, you know? If this thing actually manages to go 36 months or whatever it is, without rebelling, then we have our foothold in India. And obviously the longer it takes, the better, because I can get more troops here. We're staying at full maintenance, we got a good commander. We might be able to put down a rebellion. If it's a 3 stack, we'd win, but an 8 would kill us. We'll hold off on accepting their demands until the very last second. They've gained a core. It's totally fine. Just don't make that noise. Don't rebel. Uh-oh. Okay, it's over here. 8 stack. That's the better province to have it happen, I guess. Disputes over the treatment of local merchants, so we can get diplomatic insult, or we can make Vijayanagar like us better. That sounds good. We're not going to go to war with them anytime soon. They're too strong for us. These are all the same type of peasants? No, they're Golcondan nationalists and Orisi nationalists. Both of them are going to cost me 25 prestige if we surrender to them. But it looks like Vijayanagar's problem now. We might even get lucky. The Orisi nationalists might... No, they're going to go for Orissa territory. Damn, that was fast. Alright, let's go pick up those other regiments again. The ongoing oppression and exploitation of the Oriya minority has finally reached the boiling point. The citizens of Rajabara have decided to take up arms. So we can have some rebellion happen here and increase revolt risk even further. Or let us try to negotiate. We lose money. Ability cost goes up. I don't want the increased revolt risk. There are some tricky little things that you can do where it's possible that if we allow peasants to take over our capital, now that we'll have land over here, maybe we could like just move our capital and gain a free core. But I think we just negotiate in this case. Doing okay so far, 60% of the way there. The Vijayanagar's already taken care of that rebellion, so we just have to, you know, if this actually finishes coring, I will leave it, and we'll just go occupy that back, and Garjat maybe can help us out with peasants. It'd be nice if I could tell them to come attached to my army. Alright, so we are losing 1 ducat a month now. Not for being over the force limit, just because we have too many men. Another rebellion there. More Golcondan nationalists. So these are the Orisi, and these are the Golcondan. So now we can't really go in there. Hopefully, though, you know, I mean, if they went into Vijayanagar's territory, maybe after they siege this one, they'll do it again. That would be really ideal. And they're finished. They're going to move into this one. Oh, crap! Our nation has collapsed. So apparently they got to the top there. My Emperor, traitor factions have broken the back of our country. We have no choice but to accept their outrageous demands. They have finally managed to overpower the oppressors and throw off the shackles. They have declared their independence from the former masters of Ryukyu. The traitorous Orisi nationalists have forced us to submit. Orissa is free and Golcondan is free. Well, crap. We were like, what, 80% cord there? I should have negotiated with them. I didn't realize that finishing that siege would do that. Okay, let's go back to our test spot. Okay, so this is before we had pieced out. We can make these peasants go away. What do you think? Mercenaries? In order to get men here faster? Or... I mean, it kind of worked out last time, but I feel like we kind of got lucky. I think we just do pretty much exactly what we did last time. So we get our stability back to 0, we reduce our war extent, overexhaustion. We... separate peace. Yep. Bring you into our vassal. Now, full annexation, it's really biting off more than we can chew. Maybe it would just be better to just take, like, 2 provinces. Less overextension, less admin cost, less diplo cost, but lower force limit. That would drag us into a war that we don't want to be in. No, I'm going to have to just be aggressive here. We're going to take everything. And then we'll go home. Let's bring our ships back here. Let's start building more infantry. We're not going to worry about setting rivals again. And I think we harsh treatment both of these. Last time I only did one. We try to core that. And then what we're going to do is we'll let these one rebel because they'll probably go fight Vijayanagar. But we'll try to prevent it from happening here if at all possible. Or we could get 10 nationalist regiments in Costa. Which would increase revolt risk even further. They're going to be nationalists, so the type of troops is going to be the Garjat nationalists again. It's going to raise revolt risk even higher. I hate losing money. I need that money to support us for as long as possible. There we go, now we're getting pop-ups. Good. Our diplomats home. I could try to core both at the same time, but that just feels really... let's do it. It's exceptionally greedy. The likelihood of rebellion is so high. But if we get lucky, you know, in 36 months, if it happens, then that's kind of what we're banking on, is that it just has to happen. All we're really risking is the admin points. Okay, another rebellion of the Golcondan nationalists. That's okay. We don't mind about those guys. Just please, 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 don't rebel here or here. Pretty please. Sugar on top. I would be so happy if you keep rebelling there. It's totally fine. Totally fine. Okay, let's bring... Oh! Sorry about that. Alright, well I am going to take a break here. We're going to call this Ryukyu test branch 1. And we'll see. I don't know. Maybe we have to get exceptionally lucky. But we'll see. I'm going to take a break here. I'll see you again soon.